So as you all know, Kanye West had another total breakdown on Twitter the other night. He, of course, I don't know how long ago it was now. Was it a year or two ago where he went on Alex Jones' show and he said he loves Hitler, and Alex was like, what you're trying to say is you like the uniforms, right? The Hugo Boss uniforms, that's what you're referring to, right? And Kanye was like, no, I love Hitler. So that was his first mental breakdown. Ridiculous. Now he had another one. Look, call it what it is. He clearly is severely bipolar, potentially even paranoid schizophrenic, totally unmedicated, and he allegedly does enough laughing gas, nitrous oxide, to kill an elephant. So he's got mental illness issues that are deep, but also that's not an excuse. I mean, even if he was on meds, he probably would still be a Nazi, but he would just be more in the closet about his Nazism, right? Like, that's my guess. But having said that, man, we discussed it a little bit the other day. We don't need to get into everything, but now randomly he's all about free Diddy. He's saying free Diddy. Okay, congrats on being like literally the only person in the country who believes that. He was yet again going after Jewish people. He said, I love Hitler. He said, I'm a Nazi. He had some tweet that he actually deleted where he said Jewish people should be slaves. He randomly started posting like 10 porn videos in a row, talked about how much he loves porn. I love it. You ready for this? The Groypers turned on him because he seemingly rejected Jesus Christ in one of his posts. Which, it's so funny, like, when he's out there like, I love Hitler, Jews should be slaves, they're like, right on, bro. And then he's like, you know, I'm like kind of an atheist now. They're like, oh, God, oh my God, Kanye, how dare you reject the name of Christ? Like, just everything's so broken and insane and crazy. But look, again, it doesn't take an expert. It does not take an expert to see this guy has deep mental illness, right? Well, guess what? There may be somebody else who is front and center in the national story right now who also has mental illness. It might be a little less apparent compared to Kanye, but nonetheless, it's serious. So here we have a couple experts, psychologists, are going to talk about Elon Musk.
I sometimes refer to Elon Musk as sort of the Darth Vader to Trump's emperor. You know, the emperor never does anything, right? He's just this shadowy old sort of figure, if you know the Star Wars movies, you know. But Darth Vader is his general, who's extraordinarily powerful and able and destructive, right? And he's the one that actually leads the wars against the other planets and takes over. So Musk is that young buck that has the energy and the mental clarity to actually, and now, of course, it's not just Musk. We've got the whole Project 2025 team. So I think there was a certain hypomanic, rageful energy that all of these people out there, and Hegseth just can't wait, you know, to get wasted and lay waste to the, the Department of Defense. So they're all raring to go. But I think Elon Musk is in a uniquely powerful position, and I think he's in a little bit of a class by himself, both in terms of his power and in terms of his hypomania. So I just want to start out by looking at 3 tweets that Elon Musk made, that looking at this through the eyes of a psychologist, it's quite clear we're looking at someone who is hypomanic. Doge is working 120 hours a week. Our bureaucratic opponents optimistically work 40 hours a week. That's why they are losing so fast.
Now, that is one of the most hypomanic things I have ever heard.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Expert.
I work 300 hours a week and everyone else works 40, so I'm going to beat them. Okay. All right, let's look at this next one. We spent the weekend feeding USAID into the wood chipper.
Disgusting.
Could have gone to some great parties. Did that instead. The reason I wanted to point out this is one of the things about people who are hypomanic is they're very arrogant, and you know they can be very also very reckless. And here's how obscene this is. This is the richest man in the world terminating aid to the poorest human beings in the world.
So according to these psychologists, he's hypomanic. Hypomania, literally under mania or less than mania, is a psychiatric behavioral syndrome characterized essentially by an apparently non-contextual elevation of mood, so like random bouts of euphoria, that contributes to persistently disinhibited behavior, meaning like, you know, you don't care what other people think of you in the slightest. The individual with the condition may experience irritability, not necessarily less severe than full mania. In fact, the presence of marked irritability is a documented feature of hypomanic and mixed episodes in bipolar II disorder. According to the DSM-5 criteria, hypomania is distinct from mania and that there is no significant functional impairment. Mania, by DSM-5 definition, does include significant functional impairment and may have psychotic features. Characteristic behaviors of people experiencing hypomania are notable decrease in the need for sleep, an overall increase in energy, unusual behaviors and actions, and markedly distinctive increase in talkativeness and confidence, commonly exhibited with a flight of creative ideas. Other symptoms related to this may include feelings of grandiosity, distractibility, and hypersexuality. Jesus Christ, I do not want to think about Elon in that context. While hypomanic behavior often generates productivity and excitement, it can become troublesome if the subject engages in risky or otherwise inadvisable behaviors, like ignoring court orders when you're flagrantly violating the Constitution, and or the symptoms manifest themselves in trouble with everyday life events. When manic episodes are separated into stages of a progression according to symptomatic severity and associated features, hypomania constitutes the first stage of the syndrome, wherein the cardinal features, euphoria or heightened irritability, pressure of speech, hyperactivity, pressure of speech, that's definitely Elon, increased energy and decreased need for sleep, flight of ideas, are most plainly evident. I gotta be honest, I see no way around this. He certainly feels manic, and then when you add stuff like having disinhibited behavior, the lack of sleep, like put all this stuff together, talkativeness, confidence, grandiosity. Like, this is a guy who, as he's committing federal crimes day after day after day, he literally documents them on his Twitter timeline, where he'll say, like, CFPB, rest in peace. Okay, you're bragging about illegally deleting a government agency that you have no right to delete. NLRB, same fucking thing. USAID, same fucking thing. And also, by the way, spreading rampant falsehoods on purpose about all of these different agencies. Like if you're going to be somebody who works in the shadows and tries to control the government secretly, to broadcast it as much as he is, and to do it in highlighting the clearly illegal actions, how is that not hypomania? He openly talks about, I don't sleep at all and stuff like that. I don't know, man. So basically what we're looking at in this scenario is you have somebody who, according to his brother, came here as an illegal immigrant, who is the wealthiest robber baron in the world, who's a welfare queen, who has hypomanic mental illness, and this one usurped Congress and the president and is doing whatever he wants with the government. If that's not a constitutional crisis, if that's not a coup attempt, I don't know what the fuck is. But the wild thing to stop and think about is, who's going to stop him? Who's going to stop him? It looks like nobody's got up the courage and the ability and the stick-to-itiveness to just be like, hey, we're fucking arresting you, right? Jesus Christ, bro. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, he's hypomanic. I think it's an inescapable conclusion at this point. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.